if you've been liking any of the content on here, just feel free to subscribe. Either way, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching.
Alright, so this is my tournament list. I'm bringing to the RTT. That is going to be January the 27th, 2024. Up here in New Brunswick. I'm in Nova Scotia, so it's the next province up. I'm just going to go over it here. I have 4 Custodian Guard, 2 of them with spears, 1 with the shield and sword, and then 1 of them is the Vexilla, the shield and the Misericordia. And they're going to be going with Kyria Draxus, 5 Alaris Terminators, and they all have spears, 4 Witch Seekers, the Custodes Assassin, Trajan Valoris, and he is with 5 Wardens. They all have spears, and 1 has the Vexilla. 6 Venatari with spears, 4 more Witch Seekers, and another unit of 5 Terminators with spears. And that is the list. I'll kind of go over it here kind of a little more in depth. And this list is 2,000 points exactly. And starting off here, we have our 2 units of Witch Seekers. They're pretty simple. They have Scout. I can use them just for holding on to home field objective, trying to grab objective early on, or even just move blocking something like World Eater, so I can try not to get charged as much turn 1. Both 50 points each. There's not too much to say about them. 50-point chaff, they have their job, and on to the next unit. And we have another utility piece here, the Assassin. She's great for just getting behind enemy lines, maybe just holding on to an objective so I can push ahead with my Custodian Guard or my other units. She's great for that. She's good for making a battle tactic, cost an extra CP. Sometimes if there's not a good stratagem, you can just make it on the CP reroll, so to make their, their reroll the charges or any of the shots 2 CP instead of 1. And that's the Custodes Assassin. That's pretty much what I'm going to use her for. One of my favorite units here is the Custodian Guard and Kyria Draxus. I did bring down one of the Custodian Guard to put in another unit of Witch Seekers. A little less wounds in the unit, but really I don't really use them for combat. I use them as a shooting platform, so I don't think it'll make that much of a difference. It'll be a little less killing in melee. She has the ability in your command phase with 2 up. It makes them lone operative within 18 inches. It's good for throwing onto maybe your home field objective, the objective closest to your deployment. She has her anti-infantry gun as well as her psychic ability shooting. She has a lot of utility. Great character, especially when you put her in with the Custodian Guard, because they can have the once per game shoot again, or re-roll your wounds if you're on objective, or re-roll once if you're not. So it's pretty good if you're fishing for that anti-infantry devastating wounds for 4, or even the sustained hits. You're not going to re-roll your hits, but you're also going to re-roll those wounds for your psychic attack. It's a great ability, great little unit, and hopefully it'll do some work in the tournament. I have 2 units of these 5 Terminators. There's a lot of utility to this unit. You can use the Golden Light on turn 1, since it doesn't put you into reserves. Just pick it up and put it down your next movement phase. Very killy with the re-roll wounds against any kind of character, monster, or vehicle unit. The OC is quite high on them. They're very tough. They're hard to kill. And then I'd like to have one of these units in Deep Strike so I can rapid ingress them. They're a big threat, so if you put them somewhere in their back lines, they kind of have to turn around and deal with them. They can't just ignore them, or they'll chop down everything they have back there. And that's pretty much them. I've talked about these guys quite a bit. So we'll move on to the other units. And I opted not for the Shield Captain because the Shield Captain with the enhancement is 170 points. That's more than 2 of these guys, and it's too many points. Especially how their army is so susceptible to devastating wounds. I could take the Shield Captain, and even with -1 damage, have devastating wounds ripped me to pieces. And that's just too many points to get killed by devastating wounds, really. And then another staple of most of my competitive lists is Trajan and the 5 Wardens. And I contacted the TO just to see what the ruling was on Trajan's ability, and they ruled with LVO. So he'll be able to ignore all modifiers to his damage, his AP, and all that stuff. Wardens are just great paired with him. Put him on the middle objective because it has the moment shackle. You don't have to worry about having CP for fight first or being battle shocked or anything like that. So he's a great threat. He's a great multiplier for this unit. Sometimes I think it'd be better with him with guard, but I want to have something big and tanky for him to be in, and the Wardens help him stay alive, and it's a threat that people can't ignore, or they have to ignore. It depends on where you put them. As Trajan and his Wardens, like I said, it's one of my favorite units to bring. And on to the last unit in my list. The last unit in my list, it's 400 points for this unit, is 6 Venatari with spears. They have the ability to rapid ingress for free. They can fall back and charge. I think fall back, shoot, and charge. And they're infantry, so you can smash them through walls if you need to. I haven't ran 6 of them that much before. I usually just ran 3, so I'm going to try running 6 in this tournament and see what they can do with the movement. Lance, so if I can charge with 6 of these, I should be able to kill pretty much anything I make contact with. That is really the list. I'm going to hopefully have a little bit of updates during the tournament. We'll see if I can maybe get some recaps recorded. Figure something out. This is pretty much the list. There's not much else I can really add about it. In the other videos, I think a little more in depth about all these units. The tournament list is 2k points, all those units together, 2,000 points. This Saturday on the 27th. So hopefully I do pretty good. We'll see what happens. I don't know if we're going to have the data slated in time or not. Hopefully we are, and hopefully I won't get mulched by devastating wounds, but we'll find out. Either way, it's going to be my first kind of tournament outside of town here in Churros. Pretty excited for this. But either way, I think it's going to be a great time. And then I've actually got all the cameras and stuff installed and get the mics and everything here. So next battle reports will actually have the new format, new systems and stuff set up. So hopefully that's a little better. And I do believe I'm going to do a Custodians versus World Eaters tonight. And I'll probably record that just to test the system out, see how it works and everything. And I'll probably upload that later on this week. Have a few more people down to play. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by.